All right. So this is the facility. All right. These are the three facilities. I'm going to go through them and I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you what we put together. So in order to run the analysis. Okay. So these three facilities that we're selling are they are suburbs of Atlanta. Okay. And I'll show you on the map where they are. But essentially, Fairburn, you see here, Fairburn, if anybody knows, Fairburn is like right next to the airport, like kind of right south of the airport. South, these are all south, kind of like southwest Atlanta. Okay. And so Fairburn is right south, like maybe 15 minutes south of the airport. And then Newnan is about maybe 25 minutes south of Fairburn. And then Franklin is probably around about 20 minutes or 30 minutes south of Newnan, right? So it's kind of like a line, really, is how it is. Let me show you if I have a. Okay, so the one thing that we always do is we put together what we call an executive summary, right? Some people call it OM or whatever you want to call it. We call it the executive summary, okay? And this document really like kind of explains which property you're trying to sell or which property you're, the information. So it's an overall explanation of that. So you could see here, like we have the three facilities here, Fairburn, this is Fairburn, Franklin, and Newnan, okay? And you say, here's Fairburn, so here's the picture of it. So you could see, so it's like we just painted this facility. It's brand new painted. Looks good, doesn't it? We probably should have painted it a couple of years ago, but we were just too cheap. Right? We were full all the time, and there was like really no reason to paint it. But because we're selling, we decided to paint it so that the next person can have like a really nice facility. Okay. And let's see. And then let's see what else. Okay. And then you could see it's on, I'll show you the property. Here's the 4 pictures of it. So it's all nice, fenced, looks really good. And then here's the location, it's in Atlanta. All right, it's just right south of Atlanta, right south is where Fairburn is located, okay? And so this is the pictures of what it looked like before. So it's concrete block, all right? And then also another thing about this facility is this property right here. Let's see if I can draw on this. Yeah, this property right here. Okay, is it's a commercial space. It's a mechanic, and you can see there's 1, 2, 3. There's 4 bays. There's 4 bays. Okay, and so this guy, we charge him $1,000 a month, which is probably not a lot of money. It probably could go for more, but he's been there for like 10 years. So when we bought the place, he was there, and this is a mechanic. Is what it is. So it comes with a commercial property. And so there's 4 bays, and then he parks his mechanic car sometimes in the front and then around the back is what it is. Okay. So you can see Fairburn has like 17,000 people in it. Within a 10-mile radius, there's 300,000 people. Okay, so there's a lot of people in Fairburn. So this is like primary market. All right, this is primary market. Okay, here's the property. So you could see it, right? It's a square shape property. And this right here, you can see is where the mechanic is. So he has his bays, and then he parks his cars in the back that he works on. And this area is fenced in for him. And then our area is fenced in for like the storage. Okay, so our storage is really just has 2 buildings, 1, 2. All right, it's like 60 units. So it's not a very big, all 3 of them are only 60 doors. This is not a large, these are our first 3 facilities, you know what I'm saying? So they're like not big. Okay, so that's here. And then we go on, and these are competitors, all right? These are all the competitors. So obviously we're in primary market. So our competitors are like U-Haul and Extra Space Storage and this kind of stuff. And there's only like 1 storage facility that is, small, like smaller than us, or like, not small, like it's actually a little bit bigger than us, but it's like, one of the like mom and pop ones. Okay. So there's really honestly not a lot of competitor, like apples to apples competitors for us in this area. All of the big box have, they came in and they kind of like started building and stuff, because it's just growing so fast. And you can see here's the competitors. Okay. And so you can see this is you can see the presentation, right? So now we're presenting. When I look at this, see, my virtual assistants put this together, because when I run DIL analysis, the only thing I really look at is this and the DIL analyzer. Okay, I'm going to show you what else we put in there, but this is kind of what I look at. It gives me an overview of the DIL, and then I look at the numbers. Okay, Franklin, Georgia is the next one. And so you can see this is a nice facility. It's also 60 doors, but it has a couple of bigger size units. Like I think we have like a 20 by 30 that we rent for like $400 or $500 a month. It has a couple of bigger doors. And this is that we just put brand new gravel down everywhere. So it's a nice facility. It's gated. It's got a keypad and everything. And it's on a kind of a bigger lot, right? So it's a good size lot. Maybe there's a little bit of space in the back where you might be able to add some units, but you can see that I'm showing pictures of the facility, showing the location, right? Where it's at on the map, the street view of what it looks like. Franklin is basically a little tiny town, right? It's like a little tiny town. There's 1,000 people there. It's got Piggly Wiggly there. Okay. But there's 12,000 people within a 10-mile radius, right? So you're going like from Fairburn to Newnan and then Newnan to Franklin. So Fairburn to Newnan is like I would consider primary market. And then from Newnan to Franklin, you're kind of going out into the country is what you're doing. So that's kind of why, it gets, it's, but this is in Coweta County. And Coweta County is like the fastest growing county and one of the fastest growing counties in Georgia. Okay, so here's the property. You can see it here too. So you can see it's kind of like you've got this property on the back end too. You've got this front property. You've got some property over here. So you may be able to add some units, but we never added any units. We just stabilized the property is what we did, okay? So that's us. And you can see the bigger units, like this is a bigger unit and this is a bigger unit. And these are kind of just regular units, okay? And so that's this one. Here's the competitor. There are a couple of competitors. There's a couple of storage facilities in Franklin. We're all full. Actually, Franklin, of all three of our facilities, Franklin is always full. Always full. This one is we always make the most amount of money. We're always at like 95% full on this thing. Okay. And then we do auctions. And then, it takes a little while to get it filled up, but then we're back full again, that kind of a thing. Okay. All right. So these are the competitors, A to Z. And then here, this guy like never answers his phone, this county line storage. And then finally Newnan. And Newnan, you can see here, it's got 2 buildings, also 60 doors, and it's also got parking. You can see it's got parking right here. It's got parking in the front. It's got parking over here. And then it's also got parking over here. This property is included. We never did anything with this property. So definitely you could like rework all this and do some boat and RV parking. You can add more units, whatever you want. Okay. And so this is the facility itself. And it's, same area, right south of Atlanta. And this is what it looks like. It's all 3 of the properties are on major roads, like just major busy roads. So very, very good right off the road. So Newnan has 43,000 people in it in the demographic. And then within a 10-mile radius is 100,000, and a 5-mile radius there's 5,000. So there's 45,000. So, and then a 3 there's 13,000. So this is a very populated area as well too. So Newnan is very populated. And then this one, you can see this property as well too. You can see it's got kind of this weird shape, but there's a whole bunch of area in the back to add on. And then the side is where all that parking is. You could reconfigure that and do parking. So it's like a lot of really good space. When I'm looking at my deals, I am looking at like how much, space and land and area there is, and can I add on or not add on, right? And most likely we're not going to add on because we don't do that. We stabilize. But when I sell it to the end buyer, I want to make sure that there's like some meat on the bones, because our goal is to get our properties, as close to fair market value as possible for the rents, right? And if there's no meat on the bone, then it's going to be very hard for us to sell the property. So we want to make sure that, you can at least increase the rents a little bit and you can add some room. And I really like this portfolio because we thought a lot about which facilities we wanted to sell. And, because we're in the process of buying, like we have another facility under contract and we're about to get like 3 more facilities under contract. So like we're really in the process of trying to figure out which facilities we want to sell from our smaller facilities so that we can buy these bigger ones that we're looking at. Okay. Okay. All right. So here's a competitor. This is new competitor number: Secure Self Storage, U-Haul, Stormark, Bryson. It's very good, right? So that's the executive summary. So I want to make sure that you saw that, so you kind of have an idea. When I'm looking at my notes, like the virtual assistants, they have to put an executive summary together for me, because I really just quickly look through this to give me an overall idea of what the facilities look like, and then I can from there, right? I can go to I can look at the like the deal analyzer.